Hey everybody, it's Romania Black. Well, we are on volume 14 of Toilet Bound Hanako-Kun, and I don't know, the volumes 9 through 12, I was like, oh, this arc is pretty awesome. I don't know how they can top it, but this whole thing with Aoi and now Ko and Natsuhiko and Akane and all of this with the sixth wonder has really intrigued me. And this idea of the sixth wonder controlling life and death, and Natsuhiko telling Ko that this is how he can save Yashiro, which I'm sure that's not the case. It can't be that easy. And so I'm really curious to see what happens in this specific volume. I don't know what we're gonna do, but make sure to turn my sound on some things off. But yeah, just you guys, crazy stuff. So we're on volume 14. I didn't get this chapter 65.5, which is some kind of little Phantom of the Opera thing, which looks cutesy, so we're going to look at it. But we got that chapter 66, 67, 68, 69, and 70 for this volume. And then we're going to talk afterwards about what's going to happen after that, because we're reaching the point where we're nearly caught up with the manga and it coming out. But oh my gosh. I can't stress enough how much I really enjoy this manga, because Anna Carolina got me into watching the anime way back in like July of last year, and I've re-uploaded those episodes on here onto YouTube. But she got me into watching the show, and the anime was good. Like, I really liked the anime. It's surprisingly deceptive, because on the surface the artwork looks kind of cutesy and like kind of chibi and you're like, oh, that looks cute, and then you get into the story and it's dark and has like horror elements and suspense and intrigue, and you're like, oh, this is not what I expected, and ghosts and spookiness. And then when you get into the manga, it's like 20 times darker and 20 times more intriguing. So I'm really glad that I've read the manga, and I'm really hoping if they do end up animating a second season that they keep the tone, because honestly the anime ended perfectly where it did with the tone that it was establishing. Like, it was just still funny and comedic, but I think that from where the anime left off at moving forward, the tone has definitely become darker and more mature, and dealing with themes of life and death and love and what we would do to people to save them, and all these different themes and elements that are really intriguing, and the value of life, I think, is a big theme throughout this entire story. So it's been interesting, to say the least, and I've really enjoyed the manga. So we'll talk about volume 15 whenever we're done with this, but I'm just excited to see. I haven't been this way in a couple of weeks, where as soon as the video ended for one volume, I was like, oh, I want to start the next one. And this one, I was like, as soon as volume 13 ended, I'm like, oh, I want to see what happens next. And that's always a good sign, right? So I want to thank you all for watching this with me. I hope you all enjoy reading alongside me. But yeah, let us jump in to volume 14 of Toilet Bound Hanako-Kun here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I didn't do a timer last volume. I'm not sure why. But no! No, you're kidding. But 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 oh my god. I know. No. I can't. How? You mean to tell me that it cut? Okay. Okay. So okay. So I'm so in shock, because okay, we didn't get anything with Teru. We didn't get anything with Ko and Natsuhiko this volume. So I'm assuming that they're still trying to catch number 6, or maybe it just didn't work. So Yashiro was fated to die by sacrificing herself. And that this was the death that was supposed to happen to her. She was supposed to die by giving up her life to appease number 6. But in this twist of fate, Aoi has offered up her life to stay on the far shore instead, to give Yashiro her life back. So Yashiro is going to get the life that was Aoi's, and Aoi's going to take the death for Yashiro. Oh, and Akane. They went on that whole journey to get back with Teru, and oh my god. And he was like, I love you, and they almost kissed, and he was like gonna take her back to the zoo and to play video games and do all this stuff and go to the cake shop, and that's not fair. That's not fair. And Teru is probably going to tell in the next volume that they can't do anything. Manga, how could you do that? So where does Sumeri fit in all this? Because they brought her back. Where does she's the Yorshiro. So I'm assuming she's not real. She's just a collection of memories. So I'm assuming they're going to use her as the Yorshiro to get number 6 to call everything off and leave and take the spirits back with him. But oh my gosh. I can't believe that. Just what? That's so sad. That's so sad. God, I never thought I would care about Akane and Aoi's relationship. I never thought I would care about it. I was like, they're just side characters, whatever. I mean, it was cute when we had the Clock Keeper story. I was like, oh, that's neat. Kane really likes Aoi. And it was kind of played up as this big joke. But this volume and last volume made me really care about their characters. And so, if he can't see her again, which Teru told him to stay in that form for a while so he could heal himself. So he's still an apparition right now, or in that form. So he could go back, maybe? And of course, Hanako thinks that this is the easy way out. He's like, problem solved. Got rid of, swapped him. Number 6 gets Aoi. Yashiro gets to stay with us and be alive. Problem solved. But you know how pissed off Akane is going to be if he thinks Hanako is okay with them sacrificing Aoi to save her? Like, Hanako's just thinking whatever ends justify the means. But, oh my gosh. That can't be it. Y'all, I am speechless. I still think, based on this, what we found out with Sumeri, I still think that maybe Tsukasa is the Yorshiro for Hanako because he's got the black thing on his face. I'm thinking that may be the case as a seal. I could be wrong. That's my crackpot theory right now, that he's Hanako's Yorshiro because it's who he cares about the most and it's his brother. So I mean, but I'm curious what he means by Yashiro being gone. Damn it! I was going to talk about this because we're at volume 14. Right now, as I'm recording this, the only chapters published are 70, 71, 72, or 71, 72, 73, and 74. They're waiting on chapter 75, which I think is supposed to come out this month, to make volume 5, volume 15. So I decided that I'm going to read these in terms of volumes. So every volume that comes out, I'm going to read it because I kind of like this volume and like the last couple have been, I feel like a manga needs to be read in terms of volumes because they're collections. They're collections of story. And so like this volume here was a perfect encapsulation of that part of the story. And so I don't want to go ahead and read 71, 72, 73, and 74 until 75 has come out and we have volume 15. which sucks because now I want to find out what the heck he's talking about. That makes me so mad. Oh no! I can't believe that. I can't believe that. I'm so speechless. Like, this very much like the Hades and Persephone's thing where in the end she looks back because she can't go with him. I think in the Greek myth, though, they both look back, or he looks back too and loses her. He looks back and loses her. That's the point. The whole task was that he doesn't look back to see her, but in the end, he does look back and she's lost. And in this case, she looked back because she was so sad that she didn't think. It was almost like when she said, I should have said I liked you, but I didn't. She was thinking of everything else but him. And she shouldn't have felt guilty. That was kind of like a cop-out on his part. He could have said things. He was just being nice. But it made her even more self-conscious. And then I'm sure she thought that she couldn't repay the love that he's giving to her. But I'm like, he's going to lose it without her. Because they're childhood friends. Manga. And Yashiro's not going to be happy with that. She's not going to be happy with switching Ao's for her life. That's not going to work either. So I don't know what Hanako's thinking. He thinks everything's all hunky-dory, everything's wrapped up in a nice bow, but that's not how the case is. That's not how it is. And so I have a feeling that's all going to come back around to bite him. And Teru, so we got the Akane. Apparently the Akanes were the main family of the village that this school was built on their land. And that's why all number 6 keeps just reenacting the same rituals, even though the location has changed and developed over time. He's still keeping with the same traditions. But the Minamoto clan has something to do with this, with the exorcists, clearly. And he brings up a good point. Hanako is slowly getting rid of all the barriers protecting and threatening the school. Why is he doing that? I don't know, guys. I don't know. I'm curious because he was entrusted with this duty to protect the school, supposedly by God. So is he trying to get God to come down to that area? I don't know. I have so many thoughts of what Hanako, buddy, these last couple volumes, you're a trickster for sure, but I'm like, your actions have not been the best. And then we have to deal with Ko next episode with Natsuhiko. If Yashiro and Hanako see him, they know who he is. So that's gonna be weird. And they still want number 6's powers. So I'm sure Tsukasa wants him for some reason. I can't imagine why. Controlling life and death. Of course Tsukasa would want that. That thing with Aoi just floors me. That she didn't go all the way back with them. And Akane's reaction. Oh my gosh, I can't. I really like Akane's character in this volume and the last volume, like him coming into his own and admitting his feelings to her and trying to be like, you shouldn't be so down on yourself and degrade others and degrade yourself, and admitting his love for her. And this series, it's like, here's your sugar and now we're going to take it all away. It's like, and we got to wait till chapter 75 comes out before we have volume 15. So what I was going to say is that while we are waiting on volume 15, I'm certain that by the time this volume premieres, that it will not be very long of a wait. I do want to wait till we get the cover for volume 15 and it comes out. Volume 14 came out of November last year, so it's probably going to be February or March when volume 15 comes out. I hope. That's my goal anyway. So when chapter 75 comes out and we have a volume 15, I will react to it as a 5-chapter set. In the meantime, I was trying to think of what to do on Tuesdays while we wait. And so there's another manga series that also stars a character named Yashiro that I was like, we might as well just keep going with Yashiro and pick up where one leaves off. So while we're waiting on Hanako-Kun to get chapter 75 out, to get volume 15 out, I am going to review Twittering Birds Never Fly, the manga series. There's about 6 volumes, I think, of it out. And so for the next 4 or 5 weeks, I'm going to be reviewing Twittering Birds. while we wait on the new Hanako-Kun. And then when volume 15 is out, I'm going to tear into that because it's like, this is torture, y'all. This was torture. And the wait, it's going to be worth it. I'm going to tell myself the wait's going to be worth it to get that whole volume and to react with y'all in one fell swoop. It's going to be worth it in the long run. But man, these next couple weeks are going to be hard. Because I've been used to just like, I've caught up and I've just been powering through these volumes. I can't imagine what you all have been going through, waiting a month between chapters. That sucks. I can't imagine your pain. So now I get to suffer with you. Now I will suffer with you on our wait for Hanako-Kun. But man, that's crazy. So yeah, while we wait on volume 15 of Hanako-Kun, I'm going to go ahead and catch up with Twittering Birds Never Fly and do the manga reactions for that series on here. And then when we update volume 15, it'll be on here as well. So I hope that in the meantime, whilst we wait, and who knows, maybe they'll announce season 2 of Hanako-Kun in the anime. Who knows? But in the meantime, I hope you enjoy my other reactions. Thank you so much for watching this and for getting me to watch this, to read this manga series, because it's been amazing. But thank you all so much. But in the meantime, I hope you all have a wonderful week. Please stay safe. And don't worry, I will be back, hopefully sooner than later, with volume 15 of Hanako-Kun. Bye.